How's it going, everybody? Happy Saturday. This is your old pal CHH. Come on in. Today we're looking at what could be the deciding factor of the physical media wars of 2024. I'd say it was a three-way dance between Arrow, Second Sight, and Umbrella Entertainment. And, you know, Arrow's coming in really hot at the end of the year with Demolition Man. Can't wait for that. But Umbrella has done some huge things like Late Night with the Devil, and of course they've got the Hell House box set and a Charles Band box set that's really cool coming out. But Second Sight said, hold my beer. They have been talking about this for a long time, and was it worth the wait? Well, look, I'm not going to be one of those reviewers that BS is too much. Well, of course it was worth the wait. What are you talking about? Like, this is amazing, this release of the Hitcher. This is the definitive release, but there's something about this release I'm going to get into that honestly took me back a little bit and kind of changed my opinion on this release. So let's get started about this. The Hitcher, man, I'll talk a few words just about the movie. You know, The Hitcher is a movie... There's always the argument, is this a horror movie or is it not? Blah, blah, blah. To me, The Hitcher, if people don't call it that, I don't argue that because, like, The Hitcher is, to me, by definition, just this incredible thriller. It is about this guy driving across country, or not cross country, he's driving to California from, like, Nevada or something to deliver a car to somebody. And it's played by C. Thomas Howell, who is awesome. He is in so many great 80s movies. I think he was in The Outsiders. Great actor. And the thing that's so great about The Hitcher is, you know, I am the kind of movie reviewer that I hate the terms character development, pacing, all that stuff. To me, it's just mumbo-jumbo crap that's just regurgitated over and over again by everybody. What I love about this movie is this proves that you don't need any of that crap, and it can be great. What do I mean by that? The Hitcher starts out this simple. C. Thomas Howell is driving his car, and it's raining. He sees somebody trying to get in, and he stops to pick this guy up. That guy is Rutger Hauer, who is the Hitcher. Within seconds, we realize, Jesus Christ, this guy just made a horrible mistake. This guy's unhinged. And that is the Hitcher. The rest of the movie is C. Thomas Howell trying to escape him. Every time he thinks he gets away from this guy, he's right back behind him again, usually 2 steps ahead of him, and it's just a great thriller movie. Just balls to the wall, a great thriller. There's twists, there's turns. The cops think it's C. Thomas Howell's character. It's just brilliant. A legendary movie. I think most people have already seen The Hitcher watching this, so I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but for the people that haven't seen The Hitcher and they've said, what's the hype about with this movie? Is it really worth it? Let me tell you this. Not only is The Hitcher worth it, I think this movie is really in a category all of its own in the 80s. There may be movies kind of in the vein of The Hitcher, but quality-wise and the way this movie's done, no. This movie is in a class all of its own. It's a brilliant movie because it's a movie that doesn't have a whole lot of actors in it, so the cast budget isn't super high, and they spent all the money on cool things like explosions, cars, fires, that sort of stuff. It's really a brilliant premise for a movie. So that's The Hitcher, one of the best. Rutger Hauer is one of my favorite actors. Everybody loves Rutger Hauer. He was in awesome movies like Split Second. If you haven't seen anything with Rutger Hauer, once you do, you'll be a fan for life. That I can promise you because he's that damn good. So the Second Sight release of The Hitcher. This is the big 4K box set of the movie, and to say it's gorgeous is an understatement. Now, a lot of times when you get these releases, they have those cards in the back which basically go over the special features. What I like is what they did with this, because I like to keep those if they have the little gel tabs on the back, because then they can kind of just stay on there, but sometimes they wear off. What's nice about this one is it has the base piece, so you don't have to throw this away. You can look on the back and say, oh, I wonder if they interviewed so-and-so. I wonder if they did this. You can look on the back and see all the features right there, and then when you're done with your release, you're putting it back on the shelf, you slide it right back over, boom. That I love. I mean, or if you don't want that and you want the aesthetic of just this, no harm, no foul. But they give you the option to do that, which I really like. So, let's talk about this release. The Hitcher on 4K. They had teased this for a while. As a matter of fact, Umbrella even had a release for themselves that came out a little while ago. I can't speak to that release. I don't own that release, so I can't tell you about the picture quality or things like that. I knew that it was worth the wait to get the Second Sight release. So let's talk about the picture quality. Let me get into what I think is remarkable about this release. So, this was obviously restored from the original camera negative. Does the Hitcher look sensational? You're damn right, The Hitcher looks sensational. This is one of those movies that's primed to be a 4K movie. What do I mean by that? Well, the whole movie takes place basically outdoors, so the camera is allowed to just work at its highest capacity. The detail, the look of the movie is truly remarkable. We're seeing all the desert plains on the highway in New Mexico or Nevada, wherever he's driving through. So the 4K is going to get a solid 9.8, 9.9, or if you just want to call it a 10 out of 10, a perfect, I'll give it a 10 out of 10, because I know for a fact you can't do better than that. You can't. So I'm going to give the 4K a 10 out of 10. Here's the kicker. Here's what actually kind of throws me off. I put on the Blu-ray release because I wanted to see, okay, is the Blu-ray going to be region-free for you guys to watch if you want to watch the Blu-ray? If you're not a 4K person, but you heard about this release, you're a big fan, you want to get this. Call me crazy. The Blu-ray of The Hitcher, which is obviously, of course, the 4K scan. It's the same scan on a Blu-ray disc. The Blu-ray, to me, I swear, looked even better than the 4K. I know, it sounds absolutely ludicrous to say that, but the colors on the Blu-ray are a little bit more boosted. And you could think maybe it looks too colorized, or maybe it's too overly distressed or whatever, but, like, no. The 4K looks beautifully cinematic and authentic as all get out, and so filmic. But the Blu-ray, the 4K does, I'm saying. But the Blu-ray disc looked to me just as good with even more boosted colors. And I was like, oh my God, I would all day, every day watch the Blu-ray version of this movie and be totally happy with it. So if you were somebody that is not a 4K person, you should heed my words on that. And this just goes to show that we shouldn't second guess, or we shouldn't discount the Blu-ray releases that come with these, bundles as well. Obviously, this is a 4K bundle, but this is an important thing to note, that don't underestimate the Blu-ray disc that has the movie as well on these releases. This is still a great release. If you're a Blu-ray person, you'll get so much enjoyment out of the Blu-ray 4K of this. It looked sensational. I'm going to give the Blu-ray release as well a perfect 10. Also, it played perfectly well in my PlayStation 5 and played in my PS4, so the Blu-ray disc should be region-free, so that's another thing. If you're somebody that does not have a 4K player and you don't have a region-free player, you should be able to, no problem, play this, which has all the special features on the Blu-ray disc. Kudos to that. Cheers to you guys at Second Sight. So, yeah, just sensational. The Blu-ray disc just truly floored me. So let's take everything out the release and have a look at it. Of course, we've got our hard shell box, which perfectly encapsulates the feeling of the movie. This beautiful, big, hard shell book we got for The Hitcher. An interview with director Robert Harbin. Oh, this is great. So we've got interviews in here, probably from C. Thomas Howell and everybody. Eric Red, the writer, gets interviewed in here. So yeah, this is a beautiful book. All kinds of interviews. Very, very nice. And, yeah, just a nice, hard book. Really, the quality on these things are just getting sensational with these releases. Oh, this is cool. We've even got the screenplay by Eric Red. Got the entire screenplay of The Hitcher in here. If you guys want to read that, kind of watch along, see what the changes are with this. But that's very, very cool. Yeah, nice. It's a softback, but it's still very, very nice. These I'm not a fan of, but, there are people that like them, so I won't be too dismissive, but we do get our art cards, lobby cards, whatever you want to call them. There's Rutger. Rutger's great in this, guys. You guys are going to, if you haven't seen this, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. So good. He's great. C. Thomas Howell just absolutely killed it in this movie. So there's that. And then here's our case. These are not the Blu-ray. It's not a standard kind of case. These are the kind of cases that Second Sight does. I would change this to a regular style case, but that's just me. All in all, this isn't bad. Your discs are housed very well in here. They don't come out easily. There's a nice level raise on these little circular pieces, so the discs, they're not coming out easily or anything. So yeah, there's that. There's the actual case. So let's talk about the features on this, because God knows there are a lot. So let's look on the back and go over everything. Dual format edition, including both UHD and Blu-ray, with main features and bonus features on both discs. A new 4K restoration by Second Sight Films from the original camera negative, supervised and approved by director Robert Harmon. UHD presentation in HDR with Dolby Vision. Features Dolby Atmos and original stereo audio mixes. New audio commentary by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. Audio commentary with Robert Harmon and writer Eric Reed. Scene-specific audio commentary with Robert Harmon, Eric Reed. Executive producer Edward S. Feldman. Composer Mark Isham. Director of photography John Seal. And actors Rutger Hauer and C. Thomas Howell. The Projection Booth podcast featuring Robert Harmon and Rutger Hauer. Bullseye, a new interview with Robert Harmon. Penning the Ripper, a new interview with Eric Red. Doomed to Live, which was very, very long, by the way. Doomed to Live, a new interview with C. Thomas Howell, and C. Thomas was great. That's my favorite interview on here. The Man from Oz, a new interview with John Seal. A Very Formative Score, a new interview with Mark Isham. Dual Runner, lead singer on the evolution of the Hitcher and Rutger Hauer. China Lake, a short film by Robert Harmon, newly restored. The Calling Card, Robert Harmon on China Lake. Telephone, a short film by Eric Red. The Hitcher, How Do These Movies Get Made? And trailer. This is truly worth the wait. I mean, the features are sensational. The interviews are great. They'll take you all day to watch, by the way. Just the interview with the writer, Eric Red, alone was like, God, I think it was like somewhere north of an hour and change. And he covers everything, so you'll love that. Guys, this is a perfect 10 out of 10 release. Do not sleep on the Blu-ray disc of this. It looked sensational. So, guys, go out, get the Hitcher. I think Diabolic even has some of these on sale that are slightly dented. If you want to save a few bucks and you don't mind that, you better go to their site now. Hopefully they're still available. But if not, if you don't own this and you want the standard version, don't sleep on the standard version or the Blu-ray version. You guys will be very happy with that. Let me know your thoughts on the Hitcher down below, and let me know if you think that's the best release all year. It's hard to argue it. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.